Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions, and welcome to your Saturday live stream. Next Saturdays will be at a different time, probably about 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, because we will be at C2E2 this week, and it's the exact same time. So how is everybody doing? Thank you so much. My wonderful wife just came down. Okay, I'll stay right here in the middle. How's everybody doing? Where's everybody from? Anybody in the Chicago area that is going to C2E2? Let me know. We do have a panel at 12 p.m. Central Time at C2E2, which is going to be a lot of fun. What's up, Beast Last? Morning, Omar and Minties. Good morning, Vietnam. Man, I love that movie. DC, I need Sandman Mystery Theater Compendium 2. As do I. I'm surprised that one didn't make it into the catalog, but we will see. What's going on, Adam? How are you, my brother? And everybody doing all right. Originally from Chicago. Are you really? Dan, that's awesome. And now you're in Seattle? I actually really like Seattle. Good morning from Fort Worth, Texas. Working through Bronze Age X-Men up to 116. Oh, that's after one of my, let's see, that's the Savage Land issues, right? Where they're fighting Sauron. Professor X and Jean are like, oh, the X-Men are dead. Logan, what's up, buddy? Sorry, can you repeat what you just said for those who had to sit through ads first? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the countdown was supposed to fix that. Yeah, this weekend is normal time. Next weekend, our Q&A will probably be on Saturday at 9 or 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, because I have a panel that I have to attend.
What do you mean you have to attend? You are the panel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's a penny.
Well, I mean, Maddie could do it without me. What if I have a horrible hangover?
I
haven't had one of those in forever.
You get to do a panel.
Yeah, I'll post that.
Everybody.
I'll post that this week on the channel.
Oh, I forgot to change something else.
Gosh, I'm reading Inferno Omnibus, and it's big. Oh yeah, I am. I didn't say that. Melanie did. I'm just. I am the panel.
Oh. No,
What's up, Sonic Speedaholic?
I didn't mean other people weren't in there. It's just, I meant like, you know.
You know, I bought my wife a bumper sticker that I thought was really perfect for her. It was a Sonic Adventure. Nobody likes Sonic Adventure 2 as much as my wife.
Okay. No.
And it said, I'd rather, what the heck does it say? It said about speeding.
It said something about, sorry, I'm speeding. I was playing Sonic Adventure.
I was listening to Sonic Adventure 2.
To your soundtrack, yeah.
Which is what you do in the car. And
but
she didn't.
I don't want that bumper sticker.
She don't want the popo coming after her.
I don't know. Sorry. I'm just weird.
Oh my gosh. Now it's just
Lionheart.
somewhere.
You're right. Convention year 0.
Year 0. Yes.
Alex is reading V for Vendetta.
Oh yeah. I learned to appreciate that book last year. I really liked it. Have fun and good luck at C2E2. You're so popular. Oh, thank you, buddy. When am I coming to Massachusetts?
Coming at you live from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. There you are. Okay. I thought Hamza was inviting me. He is. Remember, that's what he said. He's not in England, remember?
I don't remember. Sorry. I don't pay attention.
For some reason, do not turn off your Dreamcast. Sonic Adventure 2 is habit for me.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Oh, yo, see?
Go,
nah, man, you can't even sing that anymore, dude. You don't put that bumper sticker on. That ain't you. Finishing up Battle Chasers Anthology.
I got a tiny bumper sticker in my classroom that says I'm mentally in a child guard. And every time I look at it, the song pops in my head.
Is it Chows?
Chows.
But you add an S, they become chaos? It's ridiculous.
Finishing up Battle Chasers Anthology before diving into another OHC.
Oh, you have the anthology? That was the trade paperback that re-released, or they released this year, right? Yes, Melanie, I'm from Massachusetts. See, I told you he was from Massachusetts.
Quack's asking for any news on more Nightfall reprints for volumes 2 and 3.
Nothing yet, Quack. Always liked his avatar of that giant. Is that a Death Star? Lego Death Star?
John Wick, not Keanu Reeves. John Wick is what?
Yeah.
Like what?
Idris Elba did the voice of Knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the second one, and now Knuckles has a spin-off series, and is it on Paramount Plus? I think.
Oh, hey, since your cheese Danish.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Omar, I hope Saturday's going well. I just got, and I'm renting via Rena Center, a brand new LG OLED 65-inch 4K TV. And wow, it's amazing. Do I look more handsome, Kenny? Do I look more handsome in that TV? What's up, Derek? How are you, buddy?
Starbucks coffee.
Does it look a lot muddier than it does?
Inferno is best if you've been reading all 3 X titles at least as far back as around Uncanny 200 and the launch of X Factor.
Oh, the payoff is weird but awesome. Weird because it was like that wasn't what was intended, but still awesome because of everything that happens. What's up, Chris? How are you, buddy? It's a sunny day in Charlotte, North Carolina as con seasons begins. What are your favorite cons that you have attended? That
Here's
you
con.
Okay. That you
con.
Can I go? That you
con.
Oh my god. You're wired up today. That you recommended everyone attending at least once. I am a big fan of Heroes Con. I really like Baltimore Comic Con. Cons are so different now. It's you know, and they have to be because everybody else is doing the same thing, you know, charging prices for autographs. Cons in my teens when I was going to cons, you know, in the early 90s and late 80s, man, those were, for a kid my age that wanted to break it into comics, those were a dream come true. You know, getting to see just people like George Perez and not having to wait in line, or John Byrne, as angry as he always was to be, or Frank Miller or Bob Kane, all these people from a time gone. And it's just crazy to think about the way things are now. They're a lot more structured, of course. Right now we have lines, people paying to get books signed. There's limits on books. Back then, I remember there were no limits on books. You could just have a conversation with people. I remember talking to Scotty Young when he had just finished doing that Human Torch miniseries, and he was so approachable. He was so cool and grateful that people liked his art. And he was like, man, if this doesn't work out, you know, I could be like a tattoo artist. And now there's huge lines for Scotty's, like for the baby comics. Like, yeah, it's amazing to see it change. What was the question?
Which con do you recommend?
Oh, yeah, Heroes.
Hi, cool. Omar. There's a book I've been waiting for. Vampirella and
Red Sonja.
Red Sonja meet Betty Veronica Part 2. Oh, that's awesome. Do you know what's going on with it? It keeps being delayed. It has been delayed for around 2 years.
It keeps going on hiatus. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
What do you think of the new Champions covers?
I haven't seen them. I saw the new X-Men stuff though.
And James, yep, I thought of that last night.
James
I was in bed and I was getting my singles I hadn't read yet, and I was like, "Oh, I think I yelled. I don't think you heard me." It's like, we didn't film ourselves reading this.
He's gonna call you out, Melanie.
So, I definitely still want to do it.
Omar, do I have a copy of the Daily Class Compendium? I can't find a video on that book anywhere on YouTube. No. Let me see if I can round one up, though. Thanks for letting me know.
Thoughts on non-comic company superheroes like Danny Phantom or My Life as a Teenage Robot? I feel like those could have gotten
comic content.
Continuations.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen that stuff before, too, right? In like live action shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We got a season 8 in 9, 10, 11 in comic book format. Firefly is living in comic book format. So I can kind of see those kind of shows come back. But I guess it all depends on licenses, right? Yes, we will be driving to Chicago. It's about 6 hours from here.
What'd you think of the Transformers 1 trailer?
I am at the age where, you know, I'm in a Transformers group, and there's a lot of people throwing a fit going, I can't believe they did this this is so stupid. What we want is a remake of G1 Transformers 86. And I think I'm at that age that I just don't care. Same thing with the MCU. Like, people get all up in arms about, you know, gender swapping, race swapping, and I'm like, it doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the original things to me. So whatever, they can do whatever they want to. And I think it was because of Bayformers. Bayformers wrecked me so hard that it destroyed my childhood between Bayformers and Shia LaBeouf that I was just done caring. So remakes and reimagining of these things that I grew up with, sure, whatever. I don't have to go and watch it.
Rob, have a good lunch break.
But I did.
What are you eating?
I did crack up at a couple Bumblebee lines, and my kid's like, "Yeah, this isn't Transformers, but we should go and see it." So I think that's what matters, right? Like getting the kids out there to go and see Transformers 1.
Let's see. Let me go back to questions. I was showing comments.
I only care about the 80 issues of Marvel Transformers because it's Jim Shooter templates of 80s Marvel. Oh, it's so good too. But remember, Simon Furman does continue the story in the UK. So it would be amazing to have all that collected. Omar's retro review of Marijuana Man. OHC.
Marijuana Man.
I'm not going to say what that is right now because of 420 and YouTube listening. And what happened to Chris's buddy on his YouTube channels. I'm just Marijuana Man from Image hitting the channel later today. Way to keep that on the down low.
Oops. So is the retro review coming?
No. Keep going. I'll explain the joke later.
Right. Okay. Oh, that is today.
Gosh, my wife.
Let's see. Let me find another question.
Okay.
Omar, how often do you rearrange your shelves? With how many books you get, I can't imagine how long it would take to reorganize.
Twice a year. Like I've got books over here that are stacked on top of other books. Before I do my tour, I'm gonna rearrange, shuffle things around, probably get rid of some. Even I run out of room, and you all have seen my tours. Like, eventually, you just run out of room. You got to make decisions.
Mm-hmm. James is saying there was a Danny Phantom comic, and then Had a Spirit was asking. I give thumbs up, but what time is the reprint poll for DC tomorrow?
11:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's not just Omnis; it's Absolute Editions too. Taylor and Dom of X, and I think Jess is going to join me for that.
Will you be overviewing Paul Dini's Zatanna book next week?
Not next week. It'll be the week after that because we are on crunch time with C2E2. So the videos that I make today and tomorrow and Monday will have to. Those will be the ones that will be dropping. So that book, I think, that and the Booster Gold don't get to me until Tuesday, which will probably be too late.
I thought that was the subtitle. Booster Gold, don't get to me.
Oh, no. Omar, why do you hate the Michael Bay Transformers movie? How is it bad compared to the previous source material?
It's different heart, different spirit,
different tone.
Yeah, tone.
Different
yeah,
tone,
there you go.
sure.
There's the word.
But there are people that really liked it, and obviously, I mean, heck, people went to watch those because there were what, 5, 6 maybe. Marky Mark ended up joining them because Shia LaBeouf left. Not Megan Thee Stallion. What was her name?
Fox?
Megan. Wow, look at you.
Know.
Megan Fox left the franchise.
Like, she's a Fox. Anyway. Have you been keeping up with new Hama Joe's comics? They're my first ever, and they're really fun. I love jumping into it and figuring it all out. Great art.
I haven't. I need to, but I'm waiting for collections of those. And I'm hoping that with these collections and compendium, they continue through the IDW era. Because remember, he continued all Real American Hero. So yeah, with Mark Zimmer's asking if there's any more Michael Bay movies. Isn't he working on the new Bad Boys? Isn't that his thing?
Yep. So
yeah.
What time again?
The reprint poll tomorrow goes live at 11:30 a.m. I gotta test it out, make sure everything's working. James put it together for us. We did a bunch of the research.
Doing it live?
At 11:30 a.m. Eastern time.
This
was one that we had to do ourselves. So, you know, Taylor did a lot of research and James did a lot of research. And I had to go and get a couple people to help me out to make sure that it's truly out of print because, you know, 1 or 2 places would have a book.
The Rocket, the Bad Boy movies anymore.
Oh, he doesn't? When did he stop? Because there were 3, right? Bad Boys 2, and Bad Boys for Life.
I thought you were going to start singing the song. Bad Boys.
Why didn't they wait for Bad Boys for Life for the 4th one? That's a conundrum. What's the new one called? It's like Bad Boys, Even Badder. I can't remember. It looks like Bay. Omar, why is volume 1, 2, and 3 of Batman Rebirth nearly available to buy, but I can't see any of the latter? It's always available. Of the Rebirth. Are you talking about the oversized hardcovers? Is that what you're talking about? Because all companies do this. Marvel, DC. I got it.
You already. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got that one. Thank you for the super chat, Soup. That was silhouetted. They print a bunch of number 1s, not as many as number 2s, not as many as number 3s, and then slow down as the more and more volumes come out. Stop the Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 got ridiculous. I don't know. I still like.
Ride or Die.
Oh, is it Ride or Die? I still like those movies. I still like those movies.
Do you think Morrison's Batman Omnis will go out of print before No Man's Land Omni?
No, I think Morrison's has been in stock for a long time. So I don't think they will be.
Hey, Bunkmaster B. Morning, Omni. Morning, Minties. Anyone else reading Zoe Thorogood's
Hackslash?
Oh, I get it.
Or
Back to School series. It's been really good. Oh, but I want to.
It's Tim
One
Seeley's.
of my students read It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. She did that. Yeah. Is Tim Seeley writing that series, Ben? I mean, Buckmaster B, who's joining me next week, Monday, for the solicitations for DC. Or no, I'm sorry, Dark Horse, Image, IDW, and Boom. Omar, is DC actually going to look at the reprint list? I don't know. They look at some of my emails. Who knows? Well, I should I should. Yeah, I'm gonna email it. I'm gonna. You know what? I'll do the subject line: free market research.
No, that's seriously a good idea.
With a freak all caps.
Wait, or does it sound like spam though? Like.
Oh yeah, you're right. But if it's coming from me, they're gonna be. Oh
no,
my gosh. All right, fine, whatever.
Yeah, shoot. I don't know.
I will try though.
What panel are you doing? C2E2?
It's about collected editions, and that is
curating your collection. That's not what it's called. It's caring and feeding for your omnis.
And yeah, something like that. Lars named it.
James will put it in the chat.
Lars is our wordsmith. So, yeah. Omar, what is your favorite
really
Batman Omni? Can't pick the Tim Cell one. Thank you, baby. Paul Dini, probably. Or No Man's Land. I really like that one too.
It's all Zoe writing art, colors, lettering, anxiety, etc. That's awesome. And the Hackslash has a photo of Zoe cosplaying the lead character on the back cover. That's so sweet. Due in July. Awesome.
Oh, there it is.
Here we go. It's Saturday, April 27th, noon to 1 p.m. And that is Central Time in room S405 C2E.
Who got the A room is what I want to know. Some guy named Chris Clare. When you gaze into Omnis, the Alpha. Oh my gosh, that's the only thing you copied. Zoe Thorogood is actually, yeah, that's what Ben was saying. That's really cool. She's great. I have Jimmy Olsen at my house, and he's tied up in my basement. Oh yeah, that will get them to look at it.
DLA by Grant Morrison. Enough for DC Millennium or required that separate Omni 2.
Oh, that's enough for DC. You're talking about DC 1 million? DC 1 million? Yeah, it's enough for that. But there are some really fun titles in DC 1 million. Throw out all the X-Men. Are you serious, Final Shadow?
Despite a few issues, pitfalls, creative challenges, the DC TV Arrowverse shows on the CW and Max were amazing. For me, loved them, especially the early seasons crossovers of Superman and Lois.
What was your favorite, Kenny?
Anything you're looking forward to from Free Comic Book Day?
You know,
I don't know what's coming out.
That's coming out really soon, and what I'm gonna hit up. Actually, I'm gonna hit up Russ and see if we can set up.
Yeah, because
at his place and do the live.
Good for
do the live from there.
That's my local comic book store.
Yeah, like, hey man, give me an extra like 5% off or something. I'm promoting your channel, or I mean your what is that called?
Your channel.
Store.
Hey, Bar.
Oh, Bar's here.
I think the reason why Michael Bay done so many Transformer movies and people watched is because he was holding out if he was going to do
good as the first. Yo, man, even the first one, I was like, this isn't for me. But you know, I'm glad people really enjoyed it. How to save your business by actually giving fans what they want. Yeah, and I don't want to sound snooty. I just want look, this is free market research. Like how there are other publishers that obviously know how they can use a channel. You know,
that's great. So he's got their issue signed at Con and Concord, New Hampshire last Saturday. Michelini and Bagley.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a Carnage. Michelini had a huge line. Oh, yay!
360?
Well, I mean, not yay, did you?
It's 360, 361. No, it's 61, 62, and 63, isn't it? You've got them.
I don't remember.
I love those issues, man. I'm glad you didn't get rid of them. Omar, how does it feel from being a fan going to cons to people going to cons to see you? Oh,
well, no, not going to the cons to see Omar.
Yeah. Wait a minute, there's one guy that's like, man, I can't wait to meet him. There's one guy that's in there.
So many other things.
My own wife.
What?
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. There's so many other things you could be doing at the con instead of seeing me. My wife.
No, I'm gonna be wearing my #Omnibus t-shirt.
I'm gonna be wearing my OmniFans t-shirt.
All right, well, you go do that.
Okay. Well, you're not invited to my panel then. All right. Thank you, Ryan, for making us fight. I can't wait for the DC poll streams. Finally booked on the Bar. You just need to read good comics, Bar.
Like Poison Ivy, which she suggested to us. So there you go.
That's strike 2 for
Eat
you,
your
Melanie.
Danish. It's like been
Hey, baby, how about
20
you
minutes.
stop
Take a
telling me what
bite.
to do
Eat
with my
your
life?
Danish. If there will be a Legends of the Dark Knight, Batman Omnibus, or Shadow of the Bat, will it collect events like Night Quest?
It would have to, right? No. It doesn't have to. DC has done Morrison is just Morrison, and Dini is just Dini. Have we had a collection of? Well, we've had Nightwing that skips those issues. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't think so. I don't know, depending on how it's worded, right? Omar, titled the DC reprint post stream, get most out of your tax write-offs. DC will 100% tune in. Oh, yes. There's I need to do, actually that's dropping on the channel this Friday. Yeah, this coming Friday while we're in Chicago. If you had a chance to write any character, who would it be? Give us 3. Wolverine, Nightwing.
Would it just be our favorites? Yeah. I want to put like more thought into it than that, but
New Warriors.
Spider-Man. Oh, there you go.
Like all the New Warriors. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, when Marvel was releasing their Epic line, my friend Dennis and I had a pitch for the New Warriors. Who was it? Somebody, maybe it was Fate. We reached out to one of the previous writers.
What, you did?
Yeah.
Aww.
And they were like, well, I am no longer writing it. But that sounds like a
Do you
really...
think it was Fabian?
No, I can't remember who it was. It might have been... But anyway, that was a long time ago. And
I'd write I wouldn't write Deadpool because I'm not that funny. I wouldn't get it right.
What are you talking about?
Spider-Man.
The way he tells stories is the way you tell stories.
Okay, maybe you want to read ADHD, jump in the middle of the story.
Bruce.
Deadpool, there you go.
Oh, don't, Bruce. Why did you have to remind me?
I'll answer Spider-Man. Okay, so Bruce, thank you for the super chat. And what's he reminding us of?
Of the end. This is awful.
Okay, the end is almost here. Target has announced they will only have a limited selection of new releases for all physical media. What? Since electronic companies are no longer making new players, I give it 5 years at most.
So they're following suit, right? Like Best Buy is no longer doing physical media. Walmart is rumored to stop it by end of 2024, and Target has officially announced they're no longer going to carry physical media, meaning that our physical media for this is video. Is it video games included too? I know Walmart's is video games, and so is Best Buy. Would be the internet and overseas. It's sad. It's sad because, I mean, look at what's happening to game consoles, right? Like you have to pay extra for a disc drive. It's insane. Physical media will most likely be supported by boutique labels. It won't vanish completely. No, GameStop will still be around. Dang it, everything? Even video games? That just like, I was going to say, what's the point of going to the stores anymore?
To buy the other things. What's the point of going to
Get that good-looking guy a gif out of there when he's talking about something depressing.
Well, I'm not going to give a thumbs up or Pingu.
Well, do we have a depressing gif? Find me a depressing gif.
Let's see.
Yeah, that one's pretty depressing right there. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. No,
what? No,
there. That's so depressing.
What's this one? It's true. No, wait, we don't want to agree.
Oh yeah, let's just keep going. You're gonna be looking for gifts all day. Thank you, Bruce. That's awful. Games are staying for now. Okay, games are staying.
I don't see Best Buy existing in another 5 years. They never have anything in stock, and they only have one employee working at a time. Oh my gosh, it's been a long.
Well, it's a good thing I didn't buy the extra warranty on my television then, because I got suckered into that by Circuit City, and then the next year they were out of business. I was like, who's gonna look?
That's a good idea.
Pingo gift. Hey, what's up, Omnibo? How are you, buddy? Oops, I fell asleep waiting for this to start.
Oh,
and
no.
It'll be earlier next weekend because we'll be at C2E2. So we'll be doing it at 9 or 9:30 Eastern time in the morning.
Time for the equivalent of hipster record shops for 20 years plus Mullis.
That'll be GameStop. Or honestly, I mean, it would be like the rise of these smaller shops that had to close before, right? Like, remember what happened to the bookstores? It's really like the history of bookstores is really interesting. Like local mom and pop bookstores were going out of business when you had places like Walden Books and Barnes and Noble open up. I can't wait to do this panel. It's gonna be amazing when people are falling asleep. They're gonna be like, man, I don't know who you are.
I'm just making a joke like
yeah, real funny.
Me.
Anyway, But now it's the other way around. These places like Walden Books has gone under, Barnes and Noble. There's several chains that are just have this big building, and it's just too much to keep up with electricity and bills and all that.
Barnes and Noble,
so now,
at least our local one seems to be doing well.
Now it's like the return of more mom and pop shops, like smaller shops that are focused on books. And I wonder if that's what's going to happen to like video games, like we're going to have a lot more.
Super chat. Omar, we know you love Jim
I do.
For Batman, but who are your favorite Superman Flash artists? I've got the perfect gift. Mine are Gary Frank and Scott Collins.
Scott grew on me so, like, I'll be honest, dude, I hated Scott Collins on Flash. I was like, oh gosh, get this guy off the book. He doesn't know how to draw, like he doesn't know how to draw. Let me finish my sentence. I'm sorry. Okay. He doesn't know how to draw keeping shadows in mind because everything is so light. There's no dark in here. But he grew on me within like the second arc that he was in. I was like, oh, this guy is so good. I love his artwork. So that might be the answer for Flash. Superman, that one's a little tougher. John Byrne or Kurt Swan or Dan Jurgens.
Has Dan Mora drawn Superman?
Yeah, he's drawing the world's finest.
Well, that's my pick.
Okay, you haven't even seen it.
That's Dan Mora. So
okay.
I bet you he looks good.
He does. Flash, yeah, that's a tough one. I really like the cuteness of Ringo, like what he brought to the character. You know, he was a little more, he had an anime flair to his art. Actually, Greg LaRocque was pretty good at times too, depending on the inker. But it might be Scott Collins, honestly. I really dug his art. And Francis Manapul. Manapul was solid. What's up, Matt? Target addressed that rumor as false. Oh my gosh, we're getting so much information today. I don't know what to believe. Wait, Bruce super chatted me. I believe Bruce.
Okay, apparently no offense, Matt.
No offense, Matt. You're still my dude. Does X97 feel rushed and uneven? Things resolved too quickly, not enough time to care emotionally. Episode 5 was a masterpiece, though. I need the comics. Okay. I
was thinking it was a little quick.
Well, okay. Melanie's seen one full episode.
I haven't fully watched it, so
I feel like episode what was it called? Fire and Brimstone. The Inferno episode went like that, and I was like, there's not enough time to get to know these characters. You know, the baby and all this is like she just appeared, and now it's like, yeah, I'm leaving. What? That went too quick, and I thought, oh man, I hope they don't rush it. But the rest of the series has been pretty dang good, like pacing. I'll be honest, I was talking to my friends about this the other day, and I was like, this is the best thing that Disney Plus MCU has done. This is X-Men. This is so good.
Oh, baby, I'm glad.
And it made me like roll my eyes at first going, oh, they're adapting this story. There's no way they're going to have it like go that hard. It's Disney Plus. Oh, they went hard. I don't want to spoil what happens, but man, it was so good. Personally think streaming is losing market considering the prices. There's a tipping point between convenience and price, and streaming is getting really close to appearing less lucrative because it's gone back to those cable prices, right? Remember when you had to pay for Showtime? You had, hey, Kane, how you doing, buddy? You had to pay for, John Bogdanova's Steel, though. You had to pay for Cinemax. You had to pay for HBO. And it was about $120, right? And now we're back to those kind of prices because everything has gone up with streaming, Netflix and Max, and everybody and their mom has a streaming service. Life Death episodes were just awesome, as I hope.
Ryan said the original show rushed through episodes or stories as well.
Yeah, but I wasn't a fan. That's the thing. I wasn't a fan of the original show. I think I've stated that before. So it surprises me how much I'm enjoying this one. The higher super chat, it shall be known as I didn't say that.
Welcome, CNSS84. Okay.
The original story about Target was no longer carrying any, and then they clarified and said limited inventory for new releases. That is the perfect gift for that because it's good. Oh, yeah. It's good news, but it's also bad news with limited, right? We don't want to see limited. We want to see stock up. What are they going to replace that with? Like that area. What is Best Buy doing with the area of like physical media? Dude, Best Buy was getting into toys. They were getting into like limited run stuff. I don't understand. Disney Plus has gone hard. Secret Invasion had Torture with Close Up. of a finger being cut off with garden shears. What was it? Echo was pretty mature, right? For a lot of the things they were doing in that show. It surprised me. I guess because they were dropping Deadpool and Deadpool 2, they were like, okay, let's warm it up to Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
Did you watch Parasite?
I thought you meant the movie. No, I didn't know there was a Parasite live action.
Like live action, what Parasite? The manga?
The manga.
'Cause that's all I think of.
Yeah, it is.
I have no idea what the movie is because
The movie is the one that won an Oscar.
Right, but like I don't know what it's about. I have no
okay.
idea. Tell you what though, finally watched Knives Out yesterday. Never saw it. Showed it to my film studies class, and I was like, oh, because I left the last half. Like I wanted to be surprised. I didn't watch it before the class, and I watched it with them. And I was like, what? And actually, I was helping a kid with an essay during a really important part. So I got confused for a minute. The end. And so I'm excited to watch Glass Onion.
That's Melanie's review of Knives Out.
It was good.
I watched the original.
It made me excited.
But you're skipping it through a lot here. I think physical will always have a place from collecting side. Plus, there will always be demand for physical because we're so stubborn. Physical comics. Leave it for 1 second.
Okay.
And I know Bruce and I have had a discussion about this in the past because I talked about it when Amanda and I do our movie show and TV show. Physical media still has things that you can't do through streaming, like the quality and the sound. Streaming is getting close though. But there's things about having physical media, kind of like why people collect vinyl records. And you see how many, like, it's insane how much vinyl records are just popping up everywhere. It ain't no longer going to Goodwill and getting a vinyl record. Now there are vinyl record shops. Amazon is now, like, selling record players again, which is crazy.
Beastlass, how are you doing? And UK Disney Plus has had all the content from this.
I heard about that.
Beastlass, this will make you happy. So
he just sent me an email.
Oh, you sent us a ton of candy and it was a lot to eat. I took one of them as a prize for my prize box at school because I was like, this will be special. It was the Colin the Caterpillar, like white chocolate hollow head. And I was like, who wants this? I'm saying this is part of the prize box if you're student of the week or it's your birthday. You can pick. This is from England, guys. Like, and look at it. It's staring into your soul and creepy. It's awesome. And somebody picked it. They thought it was, they were really excited about it. So thank you.
It stares into your soul. It's how you sold it.
Why are Dynamite Comics hardback books so rare? I wish they put out more like Marvel and DC. Don't know what they have against hardcovers. Lol.
Well, all I can say about that is
I like your thumbnail.
Stay tuned.
Oh,
I'm trying to. Is that that's a Streets of Rage character, right? Streets of Rage 3. Oh my gosh, what is that character's name? But you're a Mortal Kombat fan,
man. But I love 2D fighters. Can't do them.
Well, that was a side scroller.
And it is. Well,
okay,
Mar, this is funny.
What is wrong with you, Mar?
People talk about Taylor Swift's new album. I trolled a bit for how overrated her ideas, and somebody told me that my English is probably not good enough to understand her lyrics.
Oh my gosh, I love it. See, Bar, what you just did is what you don't like when people do to you when they talk about Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, right? Now you're getting a taste of your own medicine. Hashtag cancel Bar.
I do know, like, they make like English teacher like posters of like the figurative language she's in the songs that you can buy. So Teacher Next Door has them.
Since we were talking about mature content, what is the real story with Disney and the Punisher? I really don't know. I mean, we're still getting like if they really wanted to make the character disappear, this is what I've been telling people. Like, they would not be reprinting Punisher Omnis and the Punisher Epics that you all voted for. So I don't know. I really don't know. Australian Disney Plus has always had non-Disney horror stuff from the start. It's all under the Star banner. They said DVD and Blu-rays would go away, but what happened was it gave rise to a bunch of boutique labels and distributors. So it still happened. It's just getting rearranged. And I mean, I think of like companies like Arrow and places like that where we have to pay, an additional price to get physical media. But I mean, there's some of my favorite movies I just need to have in physical media. 2 boxes of old stuff. Omar still forgot who said I didn't. I kept plenty of your stuff for my next haul video. Thank you, buddy.
Let's see. Physical media, unlike books, comics, need an external device. If no one is making new players, the market does not grow, slowly goes away. Thank you, Bruce, for the super chat.
Wait, but people are still making players, though, right? Sony won the freaking war. They should have had HD DVDs. Those should have won.
Blaze Fielding from the very first Streets of Rage.
Okay, thank you.
That's why I love you. Oh, and Lionheart.
Because I know
like, Lionheart knows too.
Lionheart's like, Omar,
you're a video game
you idiot.
Hi, Tina. I did think Sailor Swift's Fortnite song was about the video game until I listened to it. That would be awesome if
That's
it was.
adorable. Me failing English.
That's impossible. Impossible. You lie, GI.
What, Joe?
Oh, Carlos, with the very important question, where all the Micronauts giveaway prizes been...
Yes, they have been claimed, and I need to mail them out. I'm hoping to mail them out this week, along with a couple of other boxes for some young viewers. Yeah. So thank you all that participated. Thank you all. But as always, I will have giveaways from time to time on the channel. It doesn't have to be, you know, when we reach a milestone. I just love paying it forward and surprising and making somebody stay.
What's good for the goose is good enough for the gander. What is Jack Berry yelling about?
Oh no, he's mad, dude. He didn't even start with Viva Peru, carajo. This morning, he just went straight for the goose. You know, when he's quoting...
You're a silly goose.
Where does that even come from?
I don't know. It's just an idiom or a...
Reminds me of like an old like English wife yelling at her husband because he stayed out late, and then she wants to go out with the girls, and he's like, "You can't do that. You're a lady." And she's like, "Oh yeah, well, what's good for the goose is good for." That's how I came up with that. It probably means something else.
Isn't Punisher going to be in the Daredevil show anyways?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. Is he?
Bruce, thank you.
Sony has not designed the new 4K player for 2 years, burning off inventory. What? Okay, now that makes me mad because they won that. All right, I'm gonna write my congressman a letter. Hope all the winners enjoy a great read. Thank you. I'm a young viewer. I'll be 44 this year. Nice try, Partworks. But thank you, buddy. He is theirs, photos and everything. Dang it, I didn't know that. This is what I leave. Like I leave it to Amanda to spoil for me. When she texts me, like, "Did you see the Punisher's gonna be in Daredevil?" And I'm like, "Dang it, Amanda, why'd you spoil that for me?"
Fun watching Spy.
Spy,
how do you say it?
It's a Spy Family, kind of like Hunter x Hunter. It's not Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, it did feel.
So in Japan, it would just be men.
Huh? Oh, I get it. Man, we're coming to the age of an episode Cowboy Bebop where they go to the Earth to find a beta player for the.
Oh yeah,
the tape.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, HD DVD was better than Blu-ray, right? Just like beta was better than VHS, but it was just cheaper to make the hardware. So that's why they won those wars.
Daredevil. Not that it was bad. I just didn't like so much yellow.
The yellow? But it's got a pretty story because of that Daredevil yellows. Wait, Kitty Pryde's original black and yellow? Or you're talking about the one that she made herself from like 149 and 150 with the roller skates and the Fruit Stripes gum leggings? Because that was god-awful. I like Nightwing's 70s, like Saturday Night Fever outfit.
It's got character. It can grow on you.
Hey, what's up, Axel?
Good day, near mint condition.
Speaking of Cowboy Bebop, Stephen Bloom.
Are you going to stand in line? Are you going to meet him? That would be fun. That would be fun to meet him.
He's done a lot of voices. It's been a while, buddy.
Has there been any news on the Spies?
I know somebody was going to ask me.
By Perez Volume 2 Omnis yet?
No, I'll ask next week.
The FOC is passed already, and some of us want to get it.
Look, here's the thing. If I get the spines, if I get pictures of them, I will, what's the right word? I will choose my words wisely and suggest strongly that if one of them is not a red spine, that I'll clip my video. I'll show them a picture of the red spine. Can we please have one of the DMs match this spine? Because people are going to lose their minds if they don't.
Man, I feel the word starts with an R, maybe.
Redacted.
No.
Retribution. What, the R?
No, maybe not R, but
what are you talking about?
No.
Oh,
I don't know.
If you live in Canada and you want to get some books that start with the word letter R, don't forget to check out BD Cosmos. Look at that segue, baby. which is the sponsor of this part of the
You were
video.
smooth as Cloud riding around on his own Segway.
Please don't compare me to Final Fantasy Rebirth. All right.
I didn't ride the Segway.
They are the Canadian leaders in graphic novels. They have physical storefront in Montreal, Quebec, and their website is bdcosmos.com. 25% off your order of 99 Canadian dollars or more. Free shipping everywhere in Canada for every order over 200 Canadian dollars or more. BD Cosmos is your one source for the Canadian graphic novels. And I will be interviewing the owner, Julian, on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you want to check out what his story is like, what his history with the graphic novels is like. And that is
BD Cosmos, with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada. Hey! In fact, Omar said that talking to Dama Vex yesterday, and I started singing the song accidentally. He said BD Cosmos, and I was like, BD.
Yeah, you started saying you're like, sorry. I was looking at your videos and subscribed. Then I came across your Q&A. What a coincidence.
Well, welcome.
Well, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And if you have any questions.
Words wisely, Omar. The last time someone didn't choose wisely, they rapidly aged and turned to dust.
You know what that's from?
Indiana Jones.
Good job. Which
really?
one?
Really? Did I get it right?
Which one?
The Secret of the Covenant.
The Secret of the Covenant.
The Secret of the Ooze. Dang nabbit.
None of those are movies about Indiana
Jones. One?
And it's not that movie. It's The Last Crusade.
Oh, okay.
He chose poorly. The Knight. That was awesome. Anyway, Kane's in sync for me.
Last Crusade. Okay, there you go. Secret of the Ooze. It's a crossover. Oh, Bruce had another super chat while we were doing the ad. Thank you, Bruce.
And streaming is still cheaper than cable and satellite TV. I get the majority of content from paid live TV, HBO, Showtime at the highest tier for $78 a month. DirecTV would be $150. But keep in mind, Bruce, one of the things I think, I don't know, are you a sports guy? Because I'm not, so I don't have to pay for like ESPN or whatever bundle they're in now. A lot of people can't give up sports, so that's part of the reason why it's still more expensive to go that route. Get those pipes ready
I'm excited.
Oh, I was like, get those pipes ready to
sing in the flamingo room.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and do they give us free popcorn? That's what
this would be a good
my friend said.
Time for texting Tina later. Don't forget.
I said 2 words, Omar.
Look, unless
Heaven
Tina
forbid, I say 2 words to Tina. Jack Berry.
That's a lot more than 2 words you've been saying.
Because you had to start something.
Oh,
Jack, thank you for the super chat. You read it. It's for you. Oh, it's just birthday month.
Okay, what part am I reading? The part that you just read? Viva Peru, carajo. It's my birthday month.
Woohoo! Oh, yeah.
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, Jack Berry.
They do. Yay.
We need an Avengers reading order. I think I'm going to put Avengers and maybe Justice. I can't remember. I had ideas. Omar, as a publisher and Patreon, we all have
rather have Tina and Melanie.
You're a pup. What kind of statement
Tina,
is
do you want to
that?
get on the stream? You want to?
She might be busy.
But I was just inviting her.
Yeah, drive to my house and bring me
to Omar's
cake,
basement.
and you can jump on the stream, Tina.
Oh, I want cake.
Okay.
Melanie, I too have been waiting for an Indiana Jones and Ninja Turtles crossover.
Well, if it's anything like that last movie, I don't want it. X-Men 97 has been so good. Agreed. So good.
Hi, Omar. I'm not much of a collector myself, but if I only wanted one omnibus, what would you recommend? Ooh, wow. There's so many though. Like who's your favorite character or genre?
Gotham Central, I think is an excellent, like should be on everybody's shelf. Runaways is another one when he comes back to print. I think it's excellent.
Wow.
Yeah, no, then go with X-Men, huh?
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought we
trying to think of
some more information for answering the question.
What's a good story that kind of is compiled into one omnibus that wraps up nicely? Busy. It's the new honeymooners on this stream.
Is that a show?
Yeah, it's a follow-up to the honeymooners, maybe?
Do they fight a lot? Hey, Dom Vex, we were just talking about you.
Yeah, man.
And we were saying bad things.
Because you can't just do one X-Men. That's so true. Well, you could get Astonishing X-Men, but then that will, man, you'll want to scratch that itch.
Daredevil by Frank Miller and Klaus Johnson is the single Omni.
No. It's the single Omni.
Sorry, yeah,
it's okay. It's a hard one.
Wait, now Cycle Cleveland's going to appear in the chat because you said his name. Well, say it 2 more times.
He don't even go by that because he was doxxed. To the moon, Alice.
Yeah, no, I remember that quote. God bless America. I can't think of words. Land that I love. You need Avengers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's only that easy. My goodness.
Should I collect Superman hardcovers and omnis?
Like Man of Steel in the Triangle years when they come out? Because my shelf is set.
In which I can fit his with omnis. I mean, fit HC, which is short for hardcovers.
Yeah, absolutely. You mean skipping the trade paperback?
Oh, okay. Here he is. Sorry to interrupt.
What's the Hucklepuck?
I don't know, but here's Cycle Cleveland. Earlier, he was complaining about Taylor Swift.
Oh God! God, Cycle
Cleveland
is the Hucklepuck. Like, I feel like the Hucklepuck is like that's something that white people got down to in the 1920s. Hey, darling, you want to do the Hucklepuck with me? We're gonna get crazy tonight.
Hucklepuck on honeymooners. Okay, Hucklebuck.
Oh. Okay, I was sort of close.
To finish answering your question, Hat of Spirits question.
What was the question?
About collecting the Superman with the hardcover?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do the omnibus because I mean, keep in mind those trade paperbacks like Panic in the Sky, and even though it's been reprinted, some of those are hard to find. So go with the omnibus editions. I'm hoping that they have a plan that they're going to map everything up to Death and Return, and then they're going to continue the Superman Triangle years after that.
Or was Half Spirit asking that the shelf is set that they could fit the HCs?
This question is evolving.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, I do love Lana Del Rey. The only
I saw somebody wearing a shirt yesterday
that gets ratings is football, which is mostly streaming. For example, the last World Series ratings averaged 4 million household out of 131 here. I used to watch the World. I was big into baseball when I was playing baseball in 7th and 8th grade. I remember the earthquake that happened during the Oakland A's game. Like it happened in the middle of the game. We didn't know what was going on. Hi, everyone. Glad I'm not too late to stream. Hope everybody's doing great.
Batman by Neil Adams. Any chance for the omnibus reprint? I know, but still for the sake of complete collection.
Well, tomorrow we're holding the poll. So you can go and vote. Thanks for clicking on that, Melanie. You want to click off of it, please? There's a 5-year-old watching going, what? Hi, everyone. Glad I'm not too... Oh, you got that one. I don't know what the fuck is, but it sounds like an AM name. Thanks for that, Cycle Cleveland.
Because, like, sounds country. I don't know. Oh, okay. Let's see.
I'm debating whether I should collect the Triangle Years Omni when it comes out. The new Teen Titans, the Green Lantern Jeff Johns run. What do you think? The Marv Wolfman stuff? Yeah, that's great. And there's 6 Omnis of that. Green Lantern's Jeff Johns is only 3 Omnis, but then you'll want like Green Lantern Core. What are you laughing about?
Stupid song I just made up.
The stupid song that isn't real that you just made up. Okay. All right, Omar, the best 2000 to 2010 series that needs an Omni immediately. When did that Scarlet Spider-Man series come out? I want to say that that's an underrated series. A lot of the Inhumans from that era, actually. I would love a modern Inhumans collection. That would be a good one. And that would make my buddy Gio happy.
That's true, James.
Okay, James. Thanks for... Okay, can you click off of these things?
That's a good advertisement. What do you think of Aliens versus Avengers by Hickman? They better have aliens fight the Brood.
I made a joke that I was like, oh, is this where we're going to kill the Thunderbolts? And then they're going to have a new Thunderbolts team? Or is that too soon to make a joke about the Stormwatch?
Here's Tiger Eyes.
Agents of Atlas. Oh, that's a good one, too. For some reason, I thought that was like in 2012.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know that quote. Gotcha.
You know that one.
Oh, Omar, you sweet, sweet man. Scarlet Spider. Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how Omnibo would deliver it, too. That's my dude.
Hey, I know a Florence and the Machine song. Dog days are over.
Man, you're ready to sing tonight.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, that is the $7.77 tier.
This give me so much fun. I'm assuming you're at the tier is
Torun Grumbeck is joining me for May 11th to do the AMA. So that's going to be like, you've seen her on normal.
Totally worth the price of admission.
I don't know what we're going to say, but I'm sure somebody's going to clip it and get me canceled. You know, James has been trying.
Spider, Kane or Ben Parker Redux?
Oh, Kane. That was such a good series. The Yo series, sorry. The Yo series is excellent. So I'm out with this girl. Then we go back to her place, and I hit her with the old... What? Stop it!
I gotta Google this.
Back then, for that MLB game you mentioned, was the when cable and satellite had 100 million subscribers. They are now at 55 million.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that's surprising me that they have that many. 55 million is a lot. I mean, yes, it's almost, well, what is that? 45%. It's 45% less, but I'm still surprised there's that many. Okay.
Thank you, Bruce. And no way, Do the Hucklebuck is a song by Coast to Coast and remarkably close to my version.
I told you it was a song.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Going to see the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare tomorrow. Are you guys going to check it out? Probably not tomorrow. I have to crank out a lot of videos because we're going to be gone for C2E2 next week. So if you're just now joining, we will be at C2E2. We have a panel on Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Time. That means the Q&A. This stream will be aired a little bit earlier, probably about 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm getting these times right. We do have a meet and greet on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
On Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. And we posted it on social media. I'm going to post it on the community page here on YouTube. So if you click on the tab of community, you click on that community tab, that's when you can check out the info. Yeah. We'd love to see a lot of people there.
Mark Zimmer reminding us Chicago Central Time. So if you're wanting to do it 9:30
a.m. Eastern Time,
that would be 8:30 in Chicago.
Yes, baby, I can do the math. I got this.
Just trying to. Me and Mark are just trying to.
Mark's going to be at the panel. Thank you, Mark. God bless you.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Mark, yay! Hold up. There we go. Does Disney own the Alien franchise?
Yes, it was part of the Fox acquisition.
Too much.
Chad, make up your mind. Did Melanie had too much drugs? Yeah, she's on a roll today. I'm like, I can't keep up with her.
I'm taking Tylenol for my leg. Like, I don't know. Brando Sando's going to be at C2E2? Oh, cool.
Come on in for the day. Kane, come on in for the day. Omar can't do the math. Omar can't do math. Make up your mind, Chad. Can I? You should take a poll. Henry Cavill is doing his best Sean Connery impression in the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Oh, that might.
Yes, New Spooky Channel. I let the live play while I was practicing Kimpo, and then it made my leg hurt worse the next day. But anyway, it was an episode with the plant. I think it was like a later season. I like that.
Yeah, they're doing live episodes, aren't they?
Not live, just letting it play.
That's cool.
People commenting. Yeah. So, man, I love Space Ghost.
30th birthday. Golly. Thanks for your hard work on Transformers Reading Order, Omar. Enjoy the trip down memory lane. Thank you so much. I know I had questions in there that were like, why'd you do this if these are out of print? Because you never know when they're going to come back to print or some new publisher is going to print them in a different format. I just want to make people aware of what the books are and what the artwork is like. A lot of people like.
Who do you like, Bar?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Bar, message me. Don't forget to message me. I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't even have Discord on my phone.
It's on your computer.
But a lot of people poured their life into those stories. Like James Roberts, like he was a fan. And then he got the chance to write Transformers. It was amazing. Like that was an amazing dream come true for him. There were a lot of fans like Andrew Griffith that I got to interview on. If you haven't seen that interview, that's one of my favorite interviews I've done with John Barber and Andrew Griffith.
Mark's only coming Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, are you coming to the meetup? It'd be good to see you. Maddie will be there.
Before I go to this question, were you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, I've been trying to get Dragon Ball manga, but it seems box sets are sold out. I was wondering if you knew how often box sets come back into stock.
They still own the rights here. They're the license holders in America, so they can reprint them at any time. They were out of print in 20, like everything else. All the box sets were out of print in 2020, so it took them about 2 years to finally get things back up. So give it a little time. especially after we lost Akira Toriyama. A lot of people got interested in Dragon Ball that had never read it. So those sets that were in stock were completely gone. I mean, even his series like Dr. Slump has been reprinted. So give it some time. I need the Patrolman. Like, I didn't have that. Now that book is out of print.
Somebody was asking earlier, and I'm going to combine it with this question from Nick. What's your next reading order? How have you not done a Wolverine reading order yet?
You know, I can't find my Greg Rucka Wolverine collection. That's why I can't do a reading order, even though I know that book is going to be an epic. Okay, I'll put Wolverine up on the poll. I may do.
So for that person that was asking about what's the next reading order, if you're a patron, is it the $1 tier you get to vote?
I think it's the $5 tier. Yeah, I let them vote for the next reading order. I can't remember. Maybe I'll have to check. We do start the tiers at $1, and thank you all that joined our Patreon. And it's been a crazy.
Make so much content.
It's been a crazy, amazing ride, and a big thank you to also Dalmavex, because without his help, I don't think I could have had the time to go back to the reading orders or go back to reading Judge Dredd case files to make my video, hopefully sometime in May or June before we take off.
Been waiting on Hellboy Library Volume 2 to come back in print. Should I lose hope?
No, don't lose hope. Those come back to print. Those are something that they regard as evergreen.
Are you going to go back to doing the where to start videos?
The next one I think is going to be Deadpool. Just because I know that, there's a movie coming out and people have asked me. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's time to bring that back. Hey, Omar, Melanie, I'm here with my 11-year-old son, Nolan,
perfect gift.
and he's wondering what is the best manga that's appropriate for him. He loves My Hero Academia.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, at 11 years old, and thank you, Daryl. And what's your son's name? Nolan. How you doing, Nolan? At 11 years old, I wish I had read things like Naruto. I wish I had read things like One Piece and grow up with that series. And you're gonna be hitting the teenage years before you know it, just like my daughter did. And it's like, oh, I wish I had read these things when I was younger. Definitely recommend Naruto. Bleach is a lot of fun. My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Demons.
No one likes
Demon Slayer, I think, a little bit. Yeah, I think Demon Slayer when you're about 11 or 12 hits right there. Inuyasha is that was a lot of fun. I mean, it goes on for a long time, so if you like long arcs, go for that. And there's nothing wrong with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. They're amazing. I'm sure you probably heard about them, and they're probably overrated, and kids in school are like, oh, Dragon Ball is so stupid. There's a reason why those are amazing to this day. But those are just my thoughts, and I'm sure the chat has a lot of other ideas too.
Logan would like the premiere videos back.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, so I could get massacred myself. Yeah, those are fun. If I have time, I will definitely do that. I sent you the list, Omar. It's purposely long in case one or two of them are in the con. Okay, I promise I will go and talk to them.
Did you see Transformers 1 trailer?
I did.
It's not for me, but on the other hand, it seems to be aimed towards kids. There are aspects that looks to be fun. I may check it out, but G1 Transformers for life.
Yeah, G1 Transformers for me too. I did, and my daughter was watching it with me, and we cracked up at a couple of times. So I was like, that's enough for us to go and check it out. We bond over animated? Transformers. It's CG.
But okay, so it's not a movie; it's a show.
No, it's a movie.
Oh,
they've got like this is what they were asking me. Like Chris Hemsworth is doing a voice. I can't remember who the other voices are. He's doing Orion Pax voice. So it's like when Optimus was Orion Pax and Megatron was D16, and they were best buds. Oh. So it's kind of borrowing from the IDW era.
Okay. Which you made me go up with.
Oh, this one here.
There you go.
Did you see the DC Absolute Power stuff? I did. I also saw that DC's releasing an Absolute line. And I'm thinking, gosh, this is going to get so confusing to talk about. Because I already confuse people when I think of things like, when I'm talking about like DC Green Lantern Rebirth, right? Or Flash Rebirth. You have a miniseries called Flash Rebirth that brings back a character. But you also have the Rebirth era. And in that Rebirth era, you have Flash. So it's like I have to clarify what I'm talking about. And now you're introducing an absolute line that is going to work like the Ultimate Universe, but one day you may have an absolute line. Anyway, I wish their word choices were different, is all I'm saying.
Dale says, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Walt's shop time.
And if you're interested in buying big books and you live in the EU, Check out Walt's Comic Shop. They're based out of Berlin, Germany, where they have a physical storefront. Flat shipping rates of €12 for all EU countries, and all emails answered within 24 hours. You tell them you put the code near mint condition, all one word at the checkout, and you get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over €40 or more. And every month they have the Walt's Big Book Deals. This month is Green Lantern Corps by Peter Tomasi, Volume 2. It's the sale price of €99. X-tinction Agenda Omnibus, both the direct market and standard edition, €79.99. And Vinland Saga Volume 3, €37.50. And that's
Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnibus and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting, ting, ting.
I love Ranma 1/2. That's another good one, I think. Right. I mean, it all depends on the kind of parent you are too. I would definitely, anything we suggest, right? You go and look at it yourself.
Later on, there's fan service.
Yeah, there's fan service in Ranma too.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Omar, have you seen Fallout yet? I never played the game, but really enjoyed it and surprised how good it was. I played a total of 4 hours of the game, and I told Melanie that was the most fun making my character look like me. But those video games are not for me. I did watch the show, and Amanda and I are going to review it on Wednesday. All 10 episodes. I dug it too, man. I thought it was good. Walt's so good. Not Walt from Walt's Comic Shop. No, he is good too.
Here, recalls question.
Okay.
I'm gonna show teens.
Since your interview with Jim Kahorig, I had to go through all Terminator movies. Can't wait for the new comic editions. What's your favorite Terminator movie, and why is it Terminator 2? That is the answer, though. I love Terminator 2. There were some great ones. There were some good ones. Then there were some not so good ones. But I did like the Sarah Jane Chronicles. Or Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I like your British ting.
Just that's the way I deliver it.
Ting. Let's see. Scrolling back down. Oh,
Walt does ship to the US. I mean, that would cost you a little more. There's fan service in a lot of manga. Right. Honestly, it's a different culture, right? What they seem deemable for kids is a lot different than what we deem readable for kids. Hey, Dana, catching the stream on my tablet in a hotel room. Can't miss the live chat.
London, are you on vacation? Fist of the North Star for children.
I watched that when I was young too. I think about the things I probably shouldn't have been watching, and then I think about my own kids. I'm like, I would not let my daughter.
Standing in the heart of darkness.
Oh, look at you!
Give me my life. Give me my.
Love that movie.
Energy.
That was animated by Toei Animation, who also animated, of course, Dragon Ball Z, but Transformers, the movie. The only one I don't like is Dark Fate, the 6th. Yeah, that was bad.
Okay.
Hot take: The Terminator is the best movie. That's not a hot take, Hamza. A hot take would have been like, Terminator 6 is the best movie. That's a hot take. Omar, I've noticed that most gallery editions are announced 150 pages plus. And the upcoming NYX gallery is over 400 pages. That's huge for a gallery edition. Is it the largest? Spider-Man Wedding is up there, and so is Warlock by Jim Starlin. But I think that is the largest. Hey, Rocky. Dude, I had a dream about Sylvester Stallone last night. We were in the streets of New York, and I'm like, man, I hope I run into Sylvester Stallone. This is so crazy. My dream was, I hope we run into Sylvester Stallone, and I don't say something stupid. I see Sylvester Stallone across the street, and I go, even worse, I go, hey, yo, Rocco! And I'm like, why did I say that? And he looked at me, he's like, hey, man, not in the streets. And I can't remember what happened after.
Michael, you know what else is a banger?
Yes, it's a banger.
You got to put your glasses on, though.
Yeah, that stupid song grew on me. Like, I
stood over and over to memorize the words.
When I watched Berserk in 1998, I hated that song.
Nothing will be wrong. It's so bad.
It's so awful. And now we're singing it in the car with my kids. I never thought that would happen.
Tell me what.
Is Volume 2 of Master Edition of the Marvel Universe Encyclopedia coming out too?
Thanks for the
soon.
super chat.
I haven't seen it, but I don't have the new catalog, or I don't have the new list yet. I'm hoping to get that this year. Freudian slip. Who is Sarah Jane? I don't know.
Thank you.
I meant Sarah Connor. Thank you for remembering my mistakes, Jack Ferry. I had a dream about Sylvester Stallone last night. I'm a conundrum, man.
Oh, man. Have you read the Matrix comics?
I have.
About the 20th anniversary edition blindly.
They're beautiful. There's some really good artwork in there too.
For the Terminator books, will Amazon or organic price books sell them?
Yes, but not the metallic slipcases or the metallic editions.
Where can you get those?
Only through the Kickstarter.
When I asked my comic shop for the new Green Lantern Rebirth in 2016, he said, new Green Lantern Rebirth came out years ago.
Right? It's so confusing. Even people that work at the store are confused. Like, why are you naming the thing? And I get it, right? Marvel does the same thing with, like, what did they do recently? X-Men Inferno. I remember that was a little confusing for people because they already had an X-Men Inferno. Or what was it? The Heroes Reborn. They had Avengers Heroes Reborn, the Jason Aaron story, but we already had a Heroes Reborn in the 90s. So it gets confusing, and I guess there's only so many names.
Yeah, you're saying Sarah Jane from Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Doctor Who, sure.
Specials on Berserk Blu-ray are a choice. What does that mean? What are you hinting at?
I hope they kept, like, to me, the Berserk outtakes are hilarious. Like, I love I've never seen it in English. But the English voice actors, the outtakes are hilarious. Are we getting an Alpha Omnibus? No, I don't think, unless you know something I don't.
No, I doubt we ever will. However, at C2E2, I'm going to look for singles to create my own Alpha Omni that's been in the works for a couple of years now. Let's see, because I'm trying to find this single issues in the wild. Thank you, Thomas, for the super chat. Hi, Omar and Melanie. Any word on the direct market variant cover designs for the DC versus Marvel and Amalgam Omnis? Have they revealed them or said when they will?
No, and it kind of makes... Okay, so we do have the direct market of Jim Lee's Amalgam, but it's only in black and white. We don't have his direct market of the DC versus Marvel Classic. And it kind of makes me worry because, like, for the death metal, there was another book... Oh, Flash! We didn't even know what the direct market Flash cover was going to be of Mark Waid's Omnibus Volume 1. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know they were releasing a direct market cover until the week before. And I was like, where did this come from? So I remember talking to Max at Cheap Graphic Novels, and he was like, yeah, they snuck it in there. Like, we were able to order it. They didn't even, like, email us that this was a thing.
Look, MK Fans remembers you from writing magazines articles.
Are you serious?
Isn't that awesome?
If I remember rightly, it was you who used to do the magazine reviews back in the day. I did. I used to write for Beckett Anime Magazine. Dude, that's awesome.
And I wrote...
You wrote like for the video games article.
I wrote 3 articles.
Yeah, there was a manga.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Oh, thank you. You know,
somewhere.
What's funny is, like, we had a yard sale many years ago where we had a bunch of copies of the magazines because they would send us comp copies, right? And somebody came to our yard sale and they were like, oh, I'm a big fan of this magazine, man. One of my favorite articles were the toy and manga reviews. And I was like, are you serious? I wrote those. It's Nathan, and I made friends with Nathan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like, dude, can you sign this for me? And I'm like, I never signed anything in my life. I'm like, you want me to sign the magazine? He's like, yeah. You have no idea how much of an impact you made on me, man. Because he was collecting manga and he was collecting toys. I was like, of course I'll sign that for you. So thank you so much for remembering. Yeah, I used to write, and honestly, that's when I met a lot of my contacts. Jack, who used to work at Dark Horse, is now at Fantagraphics, and she's still my contact there. This is crazy, but when she left, my friend Darren's sister became the PR at Dark Horse Comics. I had no idea Rachel Livingston, name dropping here, was my buddy Darren's sister. And I've known Darren for like 3 decades of my life. And I never made that connection because I remember one time she was like, yeah, I'm from the Central Kentucky area. And I'm like, that's what's up. Years later, like, she got a job at Diamond, and then I can't really, she does something for, she lives in Japan now, but I got to finally meet her last year. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's a small world. It's a small world.
It is mail time. Thank you, Josh. And Josh was saying the Blu-ray specials there are a lot of music videos, interview with the man himself. Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't see that. Yeah, the DVDs that they released a long time didn't have any interviews.
I got to read to a kindergarten or first grade class an article I wrote because the teacher we had met through like a writing conference in the summer. She's like, hey, come read. You're published. Come read it to my kids. It was a review of Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children, and so I'm reading to them, and I said kick butt, and they're like, I'm like, oops. And then I talked about Cloud getting shot in the face, but his glasses deflected the bullet, and I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know. I just felt like very aware. I was like, oh, I am talking about violence. How about you take this remote control, and I'll open this box.
Okay. Who's my favorite DC villain? Not a lot of people talk about. Prometheus. I love Prometheus when Grant Morrison created Prometheus in the pages of JLA. He's so outdated, but he was so bad A when he was in JLA. He put a CD-ROM disc in his helmet and was able to emulate. It's that outdated, I swear. Now he could just grab it from. He could just grab. Dude, Prometheus is the original physical media collector, but he could imitate anybody's attacks. He took out the Justice League. I did not like what James Robinson did with the character later on. He kind of became a joke, but I absolutely love Prometheus, and probably because of what James Robinson did in Cry for Justice and all that stuff is why not like nobody talks about the character anymore. Do you know how many TMNT compendiums they will be put out by IDW? There are 3 so far, or 3. The third one has been announced.
Okay, so if this is from Josh, it says open gift first to Omar, not a bomb, maybe. Yeah. So here you go, baby.
Okay. Oh. All right, this is from my buddy Josh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
He has been wanting me to read this parental advisory. He loves this series. Like, he lives and dies by this series that I've never heard of. And I'm like, I'm not going to read something called My Dress Up Darling.
Happy birthday. This is a series I've been wanting you and hopefully Melanie to get into. It is my favorite ongoing romance series right now and much better than Masonic Cocoon.
Okay. No, it's not. There's nothing that's better.
For Omar to threaten or insult me.
Never mind. Happy birthday.
Between these two, there's a moment that I think you can relate to. Hope you dig. Happy birthday again.
Okay.
Yes, I keep the plastic for the gag. This is PG compared to what you used to buy. Enjoy.
That's probably true. Yeah, wait, man. I don't see. Okay.
Okay, you can't show that.
Yeah, look at that. That's for everybody. It's got a little bit of everything for everybody there.
Is
you like lead? Anyway. Oh my gosh, it's from Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
I think Maddie has read this series.
Is there over your new reader going to be on
My Dressed Up Darling?
Ace is saying, yo, Dress Up Darling. It's
Okay.
not what you think it is.
It's not what I think it is.
It's pretty good, actually. I love that series. It's so cute and informative.
Wow, there's so many people that like My Dress Up. I can tell you what, it's not for what's his name and his kid Nathan. Don't get this for Nathan because this says mature audiences. Square Enix, huh?
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Oh.
I do like the artwork.
Good night, Omnibo.
Go to sleep, Omnibo.
There is a question about when Captain Marvel Volume 2 Omni is coming out.
The Kelly Thompson one. I don't know. It looks like it's been taken out. Omar's into hentai. No. Omar was into. I wasn't even into it. My friends were. It was fun to watch that stuff together because, we didn't get a lot of anime back then in the years 1990 to 1999. By the late 90s, we started getting a lot more. But like in the 90s, we took anything that was anime. And a lot of it was adult oriented for some reason. Those sold really well in the VHS market for some reason. So we would get the most ridiculous stuff. And we watch it together. And I remember my buddy Sloth was like, hey, can I have a copy of that? Because remember, we used to copy videotapes. I like to start collecting Star Wars Omnis or Epics, but there's so many eras to choose from. It seems overwhelming. What would you recommend to read first? Well, you're in luck because the Old Republic is coming back to print. Everything okay?
Yeah, I just have to go upstairs because I didn't take a picture of my students of the week.
Oh, okay. The Old Republic is coming back to print in Epic Collection. That's by far one of the best Star Wars books. If you like more modern stuff, they are releasing. I'm trying to think what's the last one that came back to print. I think Dr. Aphra is about the only one that's still in print, Volume 1, because the Star Wars, both of the Vader ones are gone again, and so is the Jason Aaron one, because Volume 2 by Gillen and Pack just came to print. Oh, the High Republic, that's another one. Takes place years before the Skywalker saga. So you you don't need to follow the characters, even though characters like Yoda appear in it. But oh my gosh, the Old Republic was amazing, and I'm hoping that omnibus gets reprinted, and I want a volume 2 of that. His kid's name was Nolan. Dang it! What'd I say, Nathan? Sorry, Nolan. Hope you're still watching. Was Ghost Rider 2099 any good? Worth the Omni purchase? I only read like the first couple of issues, so I don't know if it can like, and mainly because of the Chris Baccello artwork. Hey Omar, I get the Man of Steel hardcover. Wait for the Omni. Eventually, never read before. I have no idea when that omnibus is coming out. I have been waiting for that omnibus for 20 years, so keep that in mind. I mean, if you're willing to wait, yeah, you can wait. How many ALF questions will you get at the panel? Hope 0. Justice League Dark, New 52 or Rebirth? Rebirth. Absolutely Rebirth. Now somebody please send Omar a copy of Gun Honey. Oh, Gun Honey. Yes. I can ask Titan to send me a copy of that. Omar, are you talking about Sailor Moon? No, I'm not talking about that stupid movie. I'm talking about this movie. Did you see the Beavis and Butthead skit? Yes, I did. It was so stupid. It actually cracked me up. Does Pack Star Wars run tie into his Vader run at all? The new run? Yes. The one that followed after Gillen? No. But Gillen's run ties into Vader's, or Gillen's Vader run. Been waiting for Man of Steel Omni almost as long as Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. I probably longer, honestly. Because remember, at least Alan Moore's Swamp Thing had hardcovers. We didn't even have hardcovers of Man of Steel. I wish Baccello had worked with Claremont more. They had good chemistry. Yeah, they did the End of Grace storyline, and it was during the X-Men Reloaded era. John Jackson Miller's brand new hardcover Star Wars novel, The Living Force, is absolutely amazing. Definitely check it out. His KOTOR comics run, too. Yeah, he actually had, at New York Comic Con last year, had 2 copies of the Omnis that he signed himself, and he sold them for retail. And I remember I walked by, and I was like, you know those are out of print, right? And he's like, no, that's awesome. See you, buddy. Thank you, Bruce, for the super chat, and go take care of your cats.
A little bit of dance while you do it. Okay. May I announce my students of the week? I'll take that.
No, because I need to address this really quick. Did you see the Reddit post a bit ago from the book expert debunking the need to stretch Omnis? He said, at best, it does nothing, and at worst, it actually is bad for them. No, I did not. I don't know who this person is. But anybody can claim anything on the internet. So I am now claiming Omnibus Conquistador. That is my title. In all seriousness, no, I don't. But I know people that work at binderies. I knew librarians. And for somebody that has been collecting big books like this, I've never heard stretching a spine can actually damage them. I don't know if that's because of like new ways of making omnis. Maybe that's what they're referring to. And I don't know if this person, right? I don't know if they're real or not. I'm sorry. I don't know if they are a book collector or not. But I do know that people that worked at the bindery would always tell me if it's over 300 pages, make sure you stretch that spine because of that glue. And librarians and now book collectors, they probably don't even suggest opening books up. So there is that. But no, I didn't hear about that. There was somebody that had reached out to me that wanted to be on the show to talk about like keeping your books healthy. But thank you, Dan.
Let me take a picture again.
Well, honey, these are questions that I have to answer, though. Like, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, baby.
Start a fight.
Oh, yeah. Stretch that spine, you all.
I'm a high school English teacher, and I'd like to announce my students of the week for this week. Xavier in first period, because you did a terrific job on your essay, so congratulations.
Cool name.
And second period, Shane in film studies for your engagement. I really appreciate it. And Catherine in third period film studies, you as well for your engagement. I really appreciate it. In first period creative writing, Noe, I'm so proud of the heart you put into your writing. Good job. And second period, Raina in English class for just, again, always putting in 100% effort. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, kids. Stay in school and stretch those spines.
Students of the week get an ALF keychain.
Oh, actually, yeah. Go ahead and give the students of the week an outreach. Why are you punching me? Why are we getting physical, Blast? Can't we just have a discussion? I haven't seen Shogun. How is it? His main point was the pamphlet that goes around with the technique was for books made in the 1800s. Now, the build of books have changed. I will say that. Like, a lot of the stuff, you know, when you're talking about silk binding, it used to be a lot different. And some of it is just cosmetic.
I've never seen a damaged spine. How does it look? What would happen if you don't stretch the spine?
I wish I could show you. I gave it to Maddie. And no. And the spine stretching isn't to keep the book healthy. It's to help the gutter loss. That's what it's there to do. And honestly, I remember learning that technique from the old guard at the Marvel Masterworks forum. I learned a lot from those guys.
Is Daredevil End of Days the end story, and will it be in the End Omni?
It is not going to be in the End Omni, I don't think, although I did ask.
Are there any Omnis except the Thor ones that need to be collected in order to have the complete Thor experience, starting from the JMS and Gillen Thor all the way up to the Donny Cates Thor?
No. I don't think you're missing anything, because even C just collected within the Kieran Gillen Omnibus and JMS Omnibus, so no. The Donny Cates will be the most modern. And that actually Thor by Dan Jurgens predates that, and volumes 1 and 2 take you all the way to the Donny Cates Omnibus. If I make a comic, you will appear as the Omnistrador at your request. Thank you so much.
Will you film and post the panel on YouTube?
We did. We asked. We haven't heard a reply back yet. And I do need to watch Shogun. I heard it was really, really good. Softcover Omar, is there an old comic that wasn't appreciated when it came out that you think will be more appreciated today? I think comics like Runaways weren't really that appreciated as it was coming out, because that book kept getting canceled. And they kept bringing it back because of sales. And I think the same thing happened to Squirrel Girl. What's the other one? Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Those books kept getting canceled, and then the sales of the trade paperbacks and digest size versions, those were the kind of saving graces for those books.
Is Masterworks binding good?
Yeah. Well, Masterworks are a lot smaller too, right? I think what was it? X-Men? The previous one had one of the biggest page counts on those.
So lots of love for Shogun. And is it bad for books in storage and not open until you have a place to display and read them?
I always suggest people opening them up at least and checking that the printing is okay, because you can always run across something that's bad, and that time that you have to return the book to wherever you purchase it from might have expired by the time you open it up.
Does Disney Masterworks double dip into the Don Rose and Car box runs?
No. Those you're talking about the Disney Masters? No, those are usually Italian collections or European collections.
You were pointing at something.
Oh, there was something up here that you had up. Was it that one?
I love Earth X. I think if it came out now, it would be
lost
in its comparison with Kingdom Come. Earth X went so much further with its story that the Kingdom Come never went to.
I think, but even back then, I remember people were hating on it because it wasn't Alex Ross drawing it or painting it. It was Jean-Paul Leon, who I loved his art and left us too soon. But Jean-Paul Leon's art is so much different than Alex Ross. It's like almost the exact opposite.
Which non-existent Superman Omni besides Man of Steel from PCFP should be a priority for DC to print?
The book after Exile and before the Triangle Years. The Eradication storyline. Yeah. Big Johnny, what's up, buddy?
About High Republic, their books and comics, are they the same? One is the main story and the other is adjacent?
They all take place in the same universe. Not only are there books and comics, there's also young adult comics, and there's the manga, and all of it taking place in the in the same universe.
B-Slash sent you an email a few seconds ago. You might want to look at the pics.
Was it the Elvira stuff? I was looking at that while Melanie was reading something. Oh, no, never mind.
Transcendent Travis says that Travis loves Penance. I know you didn't. How do you think Speedball would have reacted to that tragedy instead?
He would have never done it. Oh, that's awesome. Wait, the TV works on the Elvira statue? Okay, can I share that?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I hate Penance. I hated that whole that Civil War. I hated that era of New Warriors, the Zeb Wells era of New Warriors. They didn't even act like themselves. They were just goof offs. Like, it was bad. And then they killed them off in the Civil War. Like, yeah, Penance was awful. Like, how Speedball had handled it, not making a costume with needles like an Iron Maiden to punish himself. That is just way too emo and like so dumb.
Can you anoint John as the keeper of the Iron Man on me?
Yes. You have been anointed. I
Any
think he would have done
Marvel
it.
Doing something for trade paperback's 50th birthday in September?
I keep meaning to ask. I'm sorry. I keep meaning to ask. I heard Marvel's no longer doing HCs. Is it true? And if so, do we know why? I don't know 100%. I know they've kind of backed off of a lot of the HCs, not finishing off some runs like Daredevil. I could take guesses. Maybe, it's not cost effective to keep going with it. Usually if something is dropped, it's either too much money to put into something that's not making enough money back. So if it's costing the same to make an omnibus, and I don't know any of this, by the way, I don't know any of these numbers. I don't own a print shop, nor do I send the books to be printed. But if it's costing more to get an OHC made, only for the few remaining people that are still buying them, instead of just making it into a big omnibus to feed a bigger audience, then you go the omnibus route.
Please do show it. It's more like a slideshow. You can print anything and put it in there.
Okay, that is really freaking cool. Here, read this one and then I'll download those.
Were you at least excited for Onslaught when it was being teased and advertised, or were you already half checked out by then?
I think I was half checked out, but I remember I was in Florida on spring break in 1996 with my friends, and I remember I had a pager. My brother paged me. It was adorable. I called him on a payphone. Yeah, I'm that old, and a pager and payphone. And I was like, "What's going on?" I thought it was something going on with my dad, and he was like, "Oh no, dude, they just there's an ad for Onslaught," and he wanted to talk about who it could be. And I'm like, what? Okay, what does the ad look like? And he described the armor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds like Strife. It could be Strife. And he's like, I was thinking the same thing. It was a really cute conversation with my brother that I had about Onslaught. So I do remember sort of being excited. Manuel. And then he was like, yeah, and then there's this Onslaught is coming. And I was like, oh, that's right. Because in the comic books, they keep advertising it as Onslaught is coming. So I guess in a way I was sort of excited for it. All right, these came from my buddy, B-Slash. He's got an Elvira statue, but this is really cool. So this is what he sent me, right? So that's me holding an Alf comic, of course. And that's what the statue looks like.
Wow. That's cool.
And that's where I would belong with Elvira. I learned more English reading subtitles in school. I think I learned more English reading comics than in school.
Or practice English.
Hashtag Omar for Onslaught. 1996. I think I was in the first grade at that time. Good for you, James. You should have stayed in school. I learned more. You're trying to one up on me. Come on now. I did use 1-800-COLLECT. I did use, because that's what, remember in 1996, I think it was when they kicked it off too. Omar, was there, you were asking about which DC TV Arrowverse crossover was my favorite. My answer is Crisis on Infinite Earths. and Crisis on Infinite Earths.
No,
Crisis on
X and
Crisis on Earth X and Crisis on Infinite Earths. I love to see all the cameos, including Brandon Routh as Superman and Mark Wolfman, right? Mark Wolfman and Kevin Conroy as Batman, like a future Batman. DC needs to reprint Elvira's House of Mystery. I think that would be Dynamite now. It wouldn't be DC anymore.
I have mixed feelings about picking up Death Metal. It looks cool, but it looks more intense than Final Crisis in terms of the amount you have to read and know about before you get into it. Thoughts?
No, I think Crisis was a headache, but I didn't know much about the DC universe. Death Metal is fun, ridiculous, sort of stupid. Metal was easy to get into. Death Metal was like, oh, now we're going ridiculous with this. I would strongly suggest reading the Justice League run by Scott Snyder and No Justice, because it kind of sets up the whole Source Wall thing.
What do you think about John Byrne's run on Wonder Woman? And could it be collected in an omnibus?
It would be a small omni. It was okay. He did give us Cassie, so that's something good.
Yuri Lowenthal is becoming the voice of Spider-Man for me, like Kevin Conroy was for Batman to me. Every time I read Peter Parker Spidey, I hear Yuri's voice. What are your top 3 Marvel villains?
Apocalypse, Doctor Doom. Oh, it's going to sound so stereotypical, but I really like these characters.
That's not. I think those are unique choices.
Apocalypse, Doctor Doom. I think Doctor Doom's on most people's list.
Oh.
And Magneto's a good one, but he keeps can't make up his mind. He's with the X-Men again. I really like Taskmaster. He's a goofball.
Onslaught.
Kang, the Conqueror. Yeah, those are awesome. Final Crisis was so difficult to finish. I don't think I'll ever go back to it. Oh my gosh, I think I've read Final Crisis 4 times.
Pot Pete, Ice Cream, Living Cactus.
Problem is, Morrison just thinks everybody's as smart as Morrison. No, actually, I do give Morrison credit, right? Like, they think that everybody's as smart as they are, and I'm not. But at least Morrison thinks that we're supposed to be.
Why is there only one Venom and no Carol Danvers books in the top 60? At least we got plenty of Spidey in there.
I don't know. Look to the masses. It was your all's vote. I'm surprised there weren't, I hear so many people want Punisher, and I'm surprised, only one Punisher book made it in there? I voted for Punisher the classic era, and I was thinking more people would vote now that they had a chance, and there was one Punisher that made it in the top 60. That really surprised me. No Fantastic Four in the top 60 also surprised me, with the exception of Ultimate Fantastic Four, which y'all are crazy, but good on you all for voting. Doom, Apocalypse, Kang, honorable mention, Carnage. Actually, that's true. Speaking of Morrison, how tough is Invincibles to read? Invincibles. That's wacky. That's wacky time, Grant Morrison. A lot more than that. That's Grant Morrison reaching that Buddha level of I don't even know how to describe it. It's insane. It's
insane in the membrane.
It's tough to read. But I love it.
What about top 3 villains for all comics? Do you have something different?
Yeah, Griffith.
Oh, yeah.
Griffith is one of the greatest villains ever. I love it.
Oh, that's true. Called by Grant Morrison's fun.
Ra's al Ghul. I love that character so much. I like complexity in my villains. Magneto, he's a really good villain. I can't help it, but Kang would be up there probably. Kang's as complex as they come because he's like all these different people.
Omar, Fantastic Four, Volume 6 was placed at 52 in the poll.
Oh, right. I forgot about that one. Thank you for reminding me. Are you serious? For some reason, I was... Okay. Well, congratulations to us.
What is the planned content this week?
Oh, I actually took a picture of my calendar. So, the planned content, and it's subject to change. We're kicking off the DC Omni reprint poll tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. So if there's a DC Omni or Absolute Edition you want, make sure to start voting tomorrow. I'm going to keep that open. I haven't decided how long I'm going to keep that open. And also the Dark Horse manga that Tina helped me do a video on. That comes out in the afternoon. Monday is X-Men 2099, but 10 a.m. I'm interviewing BD Cosmos, talking about his shop and how long he's been in the industry. The Tuesday's Marvel Trades. Maddie hasn't decided on old reader, new reader. The 24th, which is a Wednesday's Captain America Volume 1 reprint. And then Amanda and I are reviewing Fallout at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thursday is Rat Queen's Omnibus finally coming out. And then the Black Box Chronicles from Magnetic Press in the afternoon. Friday is the Most Wanted. Or no. It's the upcoming collected editions for the month. Or the last week of the month. And then that afternoon is the Udon hardcovers, and then Saturday at 9:30, I think a.m. we'll be doing the stream Eastern time, so a little bit earlier. And then Sunday will be the Power Rangers Archives hardcovers and the Spider Shadow review.
Right.
And that
I was about to ask this, like, are you not
is the week. Thanos.
Oh, yeah. When's the public library poll video?
So I'm going to do my top 10. So what Saturday Morning Fan is asking is, I'm going to do a top 10 of graphic novels that every library should have. After that video in early June, I'm going to do a live stream on a Sunday with Peter M. and a few other folks, and we're going to curate the list. Everybody's going to come in with 10 choices, and then we're going to curate that list. Whatever the final list is going to be, and we're going to have our viewers also talk, and vote for things. Whatever the final 10 is, I will be buying those books and donating it to my library, or my friend's library. She works in the town over. Because I think that's a wonderful idea. And that was Peter's idea, so I can't even take credit for that. I can take credit for buying the books and donating them, though. So please don't choose Omnis. Joey, how have you been, buddy? We haven't seen you in forever.
I'm sorry for not being gone for a long time. Trying to get a job. Hope that you all are doing well. Take care. You too.
I hope you're doing well, buddy.
And good luck in getting that job. Will Scrooge McDuck make the list?
Oh God, yes.
The Marvel Solicits will be on Friday, not Thursday, like you usually do.
No, Marvel Solicits won't come back until the Thursday of May 2nd. May 2nd. Because we'll be out of town. So I can't do them on Thursday.
Alex, that's a good choice about Blackbeard for One Piece. Where would you rate the X-Men 2099? Average or really good? Or didn't like? Thanks.
I just reread it. That's a big book. If you like Ron Lim's artwork, this is a sure hit for you. With Adam Kubert inking of the first couple of issues, it has nothing to do with X-Men. Like X-Nation 2099, which is also included in there in its entirety, has more to do with X-Men. At best, for me, it was average. It wasn't as good as Spidey 2099. The characters are okay. Some of them are stereotypical. I do like the cyberpunk aspect of this future where these characters are just thrown in and you don't really have like a tight team. They all get disbanded. They come back. And different characters come back and join. Finally, they get reunited again. And you're like, oh, it's a team. And then they're like, oh, but I need to go check on my friend John. And I'm not exaggerating. That's exactly how it happened. So bad. For me, it was average. It wasn't like terrible. With those discs, I need to mail you. I might include a kitten. If anyone has ever taken care of newborn kittens, it is easy. I will call them a flippin' liar.
Oh no!
I don't know if Doug Adam, it's my buddy Doug in the chat, because I know that he's taking care of a lot of strays.
Hey, Mandalorian! Happy Ting Saturday! Can't wait to ting. See you both at Ting. See Ting. Ting.
You want to read the whole thing like that?
That sounds like the dean from Community, always deaning it up.
Do you find that the Joker is overused? I think too many writers feel the need to do a Joker story. If that's the case, I don't really blame the writers. I kind of blame more the editors, right? The editors are like, okay, we need to bring back the Joker. People, there's a Joker movie. We need to have the Joker in stories, or the Joker's popularity is up again, and editors, of course, do things that sell. So sometimes I think it's the editor's fault. They're like, okay, our sales are dipping. Let's bring in the Joker. Same thing happened in The Sopranos. Our views are dipping. Let's have the next episode set at the Bada Bing Club for gentlemen. And the views would go back up. I wish I was making that up, but that's true. Little Monsters just... Oh
no! Did they use the bathroom on you?
Yeah, but they're little, right? That's cute at that time. It's when they're cats and you're like, get the heck off of me. I took in a kitten a few years ago and hid under my couch for 5 weeks. Hey, Gwen, how have you been? I hope you're doing well, Gwen. It's been a minute since I saw you.
Okay, so we're caught up with the chat. Let me...
We need to make sure all the books are omnibus.
Can we get another tour of your library, Kingdom, so we can see the reading orders and display order? That was great on the filming of the last one. Oh, it wasn't me. Thank you, though.
that was Christian.
That's why it was good. Professional cameraman.
Yeah, he does that for a living. He's great. Yeah. He's great.
That's why. But thanks anyway. Let's see. Her DC Superman sales were dipping, so they brought in Bendis and gave him free reign to do whatever he wanted.
Is that true?
Omar, you are pure eye candy.
Right.
Hope everyone.
Oh,
wow,
it's Elon.
You are pure eye candy. Hope everyone's having a nice Saturday.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I hope you're doing well.
I believe so.
I don't know. He's had pain issues this week, but he was chatting it up last night with me on text messages, so I assume he's feeling better. I don't know if he's going on live though. I don't know if I like Kevin Feige. Wait. I don't know how likely Kevin Feige is now or very soon Full One will be able to change stuff comic-wise. How do you think it will affect characters and the whole synergy stuff? The same way it's affected them before, right? Derek Robertson was told to stop drawing Wolverine as a short, hairy man and start making him look like Hugh Jackman. So it's always going to affect the comics. DC was told, moving forward, we need to make Superman look like Christopher Reeve more and more. So it's things like that, right? Like it's always going to be that corporate synergy. Oh, you're busy working on a graphic novel. Well, good for you.
And do you think we'll get a DC omnibus?
Yes. Yeah. Those books sell too well.
And have you read an entire regular size omni one day before?
Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
Believe it or not, it was a Bendis book. It was Miles Morales. Because I had to do an old reader, new reader. And I'll be honest with you, I think I forgot. And we were doing old reader, new reader. And I was like, oh, I did not read this. Oh, gosh, I have the entire day. So I set my I read it all in one day. But it's also a modern omnibus. I don't think I could have done that with a Silver Age omnibus.
Oh, gosh, no.
But Bendis uses a lot of talking heads. So, I mean, it was wordy.
Did you see about the new Invincible game?
No, I did not. I did not. I didn't know there was an Invincible game, but good on them.
Do you think that all the big DC events will eventually get an Omni?
I'm sure, just like Marvel. So I'm sure I'll get my 2001 omnibus, my DC Legends omnibus, one day. Invasion.
Let's see. How fast will my pitch for a Spidey story get rejected?
If I include
Judas Traveler and reference Spider Side.
Well, I don't want to spoil what book it was, but I just read a Spider Side story in a modern comic. It was a modern Spider-Man comic, but I was like, really? That guy? I didn't think anybody wanted to remember that era. Judas Traveler, though, I don't know. Although it is Spider-Man, so who knows?
So Bendis did an interview and said he had trepidation about doing things with characters in Superman. DC basically told him, that's why we hired you. Sales are down and we want you to change things up. Okay, there you go.
He did, right? Didn't make a lot of people happy, but some people I'm sure were happy. Omar, I'm mad at you. Okay.
For the Wolverine.
Wolverine book club. Now I'm rereading Claremont's X-Men run. One issue a day. Dude, an issue a day? That's wonderful. It's going to take you a long time.
I finished inking Bartza.
Oh, yeah. So Josh is going to set up at Heroes Con. He's an amazing artist. And Josh, if you ever want to...
Oh, you finished inking. I thought it like you were watching something called Inking Bartza.
If you ever want us to share that art before you go and sell it at Heroes Con, let us know. You can send it over to us and we'll be happy to share it with people to see what your art... He's an amazing artist.
Have you ever thought about doing a top 10 favorite superheroes and their best stories for each?
No, but thank you. That's a good idea. And where to find them in collected editions. DC could have just asked Tomasi and Jurgens to write a. Well, they had Jurgens for a while. Remember, he was on Action Comics, and maybe the sales were so low on that they were like, we need to revamp. 15-minute warning.
Richard. Have a good weekend.
Heading out, going to cut the grass. Take care, everyone in the chat. Have a great weekend. Excelsior! Thank you, Richard. Have a good one, buddy.
I'm thinking of doing a reread of all the Daredevil stuff from Lee to Zdarsky this year, or Fantastic Four from Lee to Slott, and don't know which one to start with.
Daredevil. Final answer.
Okay. Justice League Dark Rebirth or Justice League by Snyder? Which one do you like better?
Oh, Rebirth. I'm sorry. Dark Rebirth.
Josh said he Facebook messaged you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Omar and Melanie. Do you realize the channel is less than 3,200 subs from 100K? No. And my buddy Chris, I don't think he's watching right now, but he shared a story with us. Like, we're part of a group chat of content creators. And he said that, gosh, this guy's channel. Oh, wow, Josh, that looks amazing. So let me download this really quick so I can share it with people.
Oh, wow.
He said that his friend's channel was taken down by YouTube for absolutely no reason. So, that kind of stuff, because of the copyright strikes that we got years ago, always worries me. So I looked into it, and sure enough, like, his friend did absolutely nothing wrong. He was almost at 100K, had been making videos for 10 years. Now, I'm not complaining, like, because it hasn't happened in a long time, but if at any point your channel could be taken down and there's no explanation, and there's no number to call, there's no email, he had to go on Twitter and make a tweet. This is a guy that almost has 100,000 subscribers. People had to retweet, and YouTube finally said, oh, yes. It was a ridiculous, like, let me see if I can find the exact wording. It was a ridiculous excuse that I have not seen.
Let me show Josh's art.
Yes, please do.
Looking at that. Isn't that awesome? And then here's
that's the barred up close up. That is amazing.
Man, how long did that take, Josh? Like, seriously. That'll be up for auction at HeroesCon?
Yep.
Gotta paint.
So they said, looks like your channel was suspended for circumvention. If you think this was a mistake, fill out the appeal form. That's all they said. What is the... Oh, I'm about to curse. I'm sorry, Nolan. What does that even mean? Circumvention. Like, that's when you lawyer up, and, at any time they could take it away from you. It's crazy. Hey, Joe! Joe, you're going to be a C2E2, buddy. I hope to see you. Joe is a comic book writer. He's written for Mad Cave. He's written for Dynamite. He's written for DC Comics, but I can't talk about what project he's going to be working on. But he's a good friend of the channel. And he's an all-around good dude. Crazy.
So they did that to Film Junkie too?
That was him. That was Film Junkie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's insane. Like, at any point, it could be taken away. And it's scary because, some of us, this is what we do. And
yeah, that's what
like,
I said. Is it like his job, his livelihood?
I don't know. But, you have to take it to Patreon, and hopefully people go join you over there. And not everybody has social media. And I it's kind of scary, but also I can't keep thinking about things like that.
Do you need to read Witchblade before Darkness?
Darkness appears in Witchblade. Yeah. 2 weekends so far, pencils, 1 in ink.
Joe said that'd be great.
Let's meet up, buddy. Seriously. We have a meet and greet on Friday at 8 p.m. I'll send you the info for that. He hasn't gotten his channel back yet. And that's like, because that's all they said. There's no one you call on the phone. There's no emails. Like, you can appeal it. At that point, I think that's when I would have to get. You okay?
No, I just got stretched.
Okay. That's when I would have to get a lawyer involved. It's crazy, like, how that happens, and it's out of your control. And you could be doing everything by the book, but if they change the rules, and rules are always being changed, and they send it in the middle of the night, and if you worked in corporate America, when you get an email from your job in the middle of the night, it's never like everybody's getting a raise. It's more like, well, we had to let some people go. Like, things like, it's never good news, or we're cutting our 401k, whatever it is. If you're getting email in the middle of the night from your job, it's not good. Never read Fantastic Four. Should I go with the Wade or Hickman Omnibus? Wade is a lot easier to get into. Hickman is epic, and both of them are good. I I was gonna say Wade's is out of print, but it is coming back to print. Yeah, but if I had to choose between the two, it would probably be Wade. Hickman's a solid, and Hickman builds a foundation. It's so good. Omar says you brought it up. Please tell us you got yourself a good lawyer to call upon should the worst happen. Yeah, my buddy Dan helped me. I've been friends with that guy since grade school, and he's a copyright lawyer. He helped me rewrite a lot of contracts. So, yeah. I mean, it's not as easy as that. I mean, we were ready to fight the whole copyright strikes with Viz, but we kind of just let it go because it would cost an arm and a leg to even lawyer up, and who knows how many more we would have gotten if we won that small fight. Because at any point, if we make the video live, they could have made another copyright strike again. It's crazy. But Dan's good at what he does. He's good at what he does. And that's who I would call. But it's just like, that's why I have Patreon, you know, in case things like that do happen, I can at least post somewhere. Damn, without fear. Yeah, man. Guys, good. Yeah, like what is circumvent? You have to circumvent something you can't. It's like he used loopholes to do something against their. What does that even mean, right? Omar, you need a backup channel. I'm going to use Omnidog's Vault. I think it's a ghost town. And I'm going to buy it. I was joking with Jess about that. I'm like, I'm going to buy your channel, man, so I can have a backup channel. Omar, any chance DC will release Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Omnibus? I love that series back in the late 80s and 90s. I think at this point, man, DC got their act together. I hope, knock on wood. It seems like they're coming out with more stuff. No cancellations. It's been a while since we've had cancellations. And yeah, lots of good stuff. Damn, the blonde guy for Adam C is a lawyer. Oh yeah, guy's good. He's always been a smart dude too. Oh, ever since we were in school, he would get bored. Like he has like multiple degrees. It's like, I'm bored. I'm gonna go back to school. I'm like, I remember when he told me. I'm like, you're bored. You're in your 30s, and he's like, yeah, I want to go be a lawyer. YouTube is ridiculous. Androgynous rules and actively punishing channels that fit the rules years ago, but now are in violation. Any other industry has grandfathered rules for a reason. Yeah, how? Like we're changing the rules, and then you're gonna go back to a video you made like 5 years ago. It's ridiculous. But I can't like think about it. I just got to keep on trucking, and then always. The cost for Patreon starts at $1, but honestly, if something happens to this, I would find a way to post. I think I can post free for everybody there too.
So there are different tiers. There's a $1 tier, $5 tier. $5 tier gets you access for the Discord and
early access to videos.
Oh yeah, I was like, there's another big thing, and then it goes up and up. How far off do you think we are from a Batman White Knight omnibus?
As soon as Murphy's done, I'm sure they'll release the remaining series in oversized hardcovers, and then probably about a year from there.
James, that's so sweet. Just saying it's Andrew's birthday.
It is Andrew's birthday. I texted him because I was like, hey man, happy birthday. By the way, I need some help.
Okay, got it.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can post free on Patreon. You can follow for free as well. Yeah, so there is a free option on Patreon. I don't think I have. I mean, I think I just do things for members there. But if worst thing happens, you all know where to find me. That's why you can't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to these things. And I would advise that to anybody that has a channel. That's cool. I've never met another lawyer who proudly paid $200 for the Masterpiece Megatron figure. Oh, dude. He's paid more than that. It's taken me 10 years to get my MBA. I'm not going back at any age. It had taken me 10 years to get my MBA. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, Dan's one of these dudes that just loves learning. His goal is, we talked about this. We go on many road trips together. Not as much as we used to, but we go to like the Transformers conventions and we talk about what are we going to do when we retire. He was like, you ever think about that? I was like, it'd be kind of cool to open up like a comic store and a toy store and just open it whenever you want to. That would be my retirement. Go to the store to have something to do.
Will be on the AMA next month.
Yes, we actually have a scheduled date for that. Let me make sure I know when it
and
is.
yes, the Discord is connected to the Patreon to answer your question. So if you're not part of the $5 tier, you wouldn't have access to the Discord.
And let us know if you are having problems getting in. Sometimes people do. Okay, so it looks like the AMA with Torun Grumbeck will be Saturday, May 11th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. God knows what that lady's going to say.
Omar, would you consider inviting Sasha from Casually Comics and Amanda McKnight to one of your Evergreen or X-Men related streams? They're both big X-heads, and I think you all could have a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I don't know those people, but I think you know. No. You know Sasha. You liked her videos. You liked her editing. I remember you told me. She's the lady that does Casually Comics. Yeah. Has glasses. You don't remember? Okay.
No, because I have a bad memory.
I would love to. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. Good morning, you beautiful folks.
Steve? I have an Uncle Steve.
He's got a baby.
No, that's not my Uncle Steve.
Time flies when you're having fun. Omar, open up the first American manga and graphic novel public library. And then I have Viz cancel me because they're like, that's a copyright violation. Actually, that would be fun. Yeah, I think about things like that. You know, the older I get, I'm 46 now, and I don't know how long this thing's gonna be, but I'm here having a blast, and I'm gonna make it last as long as I possibly can. No one has ever opened up a Pog store. Time flies when you're having fun. 7-hour warning for the start of Omnidog's Vault. That's definitely Cycle Dude, how many times are you going to change your name? This is why I have almost 100,000 subscribers, because Cycle Cleveland's changing his name every 3 months.
Sasha's really into
weird Silver Age stuff. I did reach out to her a couple of years ago. I may try again, but that would be fun. By the way, the next Evergreen show we're doing is on May, because we had to skip this month because we had to do so much Evergreen. And Peter's like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm like, don't worry, I'll skip it this month. Thursday, May 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's the Batman Omnibus Evergreen. And I am going to reach out to some folks, or if y'all have suggestions, by all means, let me know. I do love a rotating panel, but I like to have my regulars back. Maddie's going to join us. A channel with the live chats and active chat members completely renewed my love of comics. Oh, this channel. Oh, thank you, buddy. And I'm glad you're here. Omar, high school senior boy, interested in trying comics, 5 to 10 issues, one and done. Run. Can I lend him? What can I lend him to get him hooked? Maybe out of continuity from the big two. Oh gosh, way to put me on the spot. I
thought Matt was going to make a joke that saying, like, I'm a high school senior. Please send me free comics.
Okay, high school English. High school senior. Watchmen is a masterpiece, but don't give him Watchmen because it's got prose in there. And the last thing this guy's going to be like, man, this has like, I thought this was comics. Comics are supposed to be easier to get into. It's 12 issues, but it got these like articles in between there and like these books in there. I don't need none of that nonsense. So keep him away from that for now. Later on, remember Watchmen though. And a senior, 17 to 18 years old, 5 to 10 issues. Batman Year One. Absolutely. It's so out of continuity that but it's still the canon Batman origin. Yeah.
Just right.
God Loves Man Kills. Gotham Academy is fun. And let me try to think of something like it's like existential, like oh, let's do something like so out of continuity and it's very divisive, but something like Tom King's Mr. Miracle. Tom King's Mr. Miracle.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. It's like, wow.
I agree.
I wish I could suggest Animal Man, but that's
Matt, that's totally what I meant. Riz, Yeet, other hip sayings. Now send me books.
Grant Morrison's Claws is really fun. Really fun.
I keep grimacing because my leg hurts from sitting so long. I'm trying.
Yeah, those are good ones. So go ahead. New Frontier is excellent, but it's like a love letter, and not a lot of comics are written in that style. But it is an excellent book.
Let's see. So hardcover Melanie, my beautiful and tasty luscious. It is pronounced challah, Jewish bread. What are you reading right now? Let's see. Last night I read Batman Bastarsky. What I don't know, issue 140 something. The most current one, I believe, is the most current. And Spider-Man: Shadow of the Green Goblin, which by DeMatteis, and it wasn't bad. It was just a little bit too. You reflect like It's Peter Parker like reflecting on the past, but like every single page. It was a little too much.
No, but that's
reflection.
what those are supposed to be.
Yeah, I know.
It's a story
but
that takes place in the past.
Right. It takes place, and I'm totally up for him like reflecting on his past, but it was like almost half of each page was filled with reflection, and I was like, I just want a little bit of just narrative. That was my taste preference. And Transformers, I'm almost done with
it's a new one, right?
Captain America trade.
Mm-hmm.
And other things I can't remember because my leg hurts really bad right now.
Oh, baby.
No, that's my answer.
It's pronounced Kala.
Oh, thank you.
The sound
like
of
Bach. Okay, so Bach.
Bach? No, that's
wait.
Beethoven.
Now we're saying it. Well, now we're like saying like really emphasizing.
Sometimes it's a word
Kala.
you may think
Bach.
it's totally fine,
Okay,
and
Kala.
it's hard to tell when it's rejected. Thank you, Harvey P. Cars Ghost. Omar, what's this week's schedule? Oh, I said it a little bit earlier, Roberto. Final Shadow will have the timestamps after the stream. Let's take 3 more questions.
Oh yeah, Long Halloween. One of my students.
That's a good. That's actually an excellent
Batman
one.
Year One, and he said next is the Long Halloween.
Yeah, that's an excellent one too.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many good ones out there. Oh,
there's a super chat.
Somebody asked about my favorite Tom King run. Tom King. Honestly, I read Tom King stories like I do most of these out of continuity, like Ultimate Universe. So that's what I have to remind myself. So something like either Mr. Miracle or maybe Omega Man. Sheriff of Babylon is excellent, by the way. If you've not read that. When you retire and open up your own comic shop, I want to work for you. Bagging and boarding your inventory on new comic book days. Just put, all right, man, we can sell like some Peruvian chicken there, like have a little food truck in the front.
That would be good.
Get all these people hooked on comics and Peruvian chicken.
Oh my gosh, that would be good. Ooh, and get the comics.
A little arroz con pollo, arroz chaufa, papa la huancaína. Man, get all these people hooked on good food and good comics. Oh, that would.
Thank you. I'm going to physical therapy on Monday. And yeah, I've been doing stretches. I walk. It feels good to stand.
She's a martial artist, and
it hurts to sit.
Yeah, it sucks.
And I was sit for 2 hours, haven't I?
Have I seen the Deadly Class Compendium?
How about this will be the last question?
Well, I answered this one earlier. I said I can try to find one. I can definitely try to find one. Don't forget the ceviche.
Yeah,
you already know,
good.
dude. Especially for a hangover. That's how my dad told me the origin of ceviche, and he's like, it's for hangovers, right? So I just want to loiter. Dude, I'll be kicking you out like Jay and Silent Bob. Like, man, quit hanging around the storefront, you hooligan. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button on the way out. You all mean the world to us. We'll be again live next Saturday, but it'll be a little bit earlier. Keep tabs on social media, 9:30 a.m. I think Eastern time.
Hey, yeah, thankfully it hurts to sit. At cons, you stand and walk, so I'll be good.
I'm just worried about the drive.
Will you get mad if I ask to stop every hour?
Yes.
You heard it here, folks. You all have a good weekend and stay minty.
Bye, everybody.